So I've been playing this game, Vampire Saviors. Um, it's pretty fun. There's a bunch of characters. They all have different weapons that they begin with. And there's a bunch of hidden characters that you gotta unlock. Uppercut. Okay. And I guess some of these characters you need to play co-op, but I think co-op is only, yeah, connect more controllers, so it's only like 2 players local, I think. Let's see. Besides the main game, like you pick a character, confirm, and there's a bunch of levels. See, with different creatures. And then there's different things that you can switch on and off that make the game easier or harder, depending what you choose. The music is pretty good. Also, something I didn't mention is that all these characters have alternate looks down here. See? Just show a couple more. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Alright, and then besides that, there's adventures. I don't know if I unlocked everything, but this is the one I'm working on right now. So I'll go ahead and start that. And the adventures are like their own thing. So you pick a character. See, again. And then you start. And each character, besides having their own weapon, they have like their own little thing. Let me go back and show real quick. See, gains 10% more experience every 5 levels for a max of 30%. So she does max out. So it's probably not a good idea to get her more experience enhancements. Probably. I don't know if all that stuff stacks or what. So this is where I'm at right now, the inlaid library. I'll go ahead and do that. Alright, let's see what'll help me. I don't know if I'm gonna do like the whole level because it might take a while. It's like 30 minutes of gameplay. Bracelet. Oh, there goes Trevor. But if you notice, a lot of these characters, they look familiar from games like Castlevania. Oh, this is good. I guess, right? Oh, so there's a couple of merchants over here I gotta talk to. So yeah, all these little blue gems that I'm picking up, they're the experience that fills up at the top. But I'm gonna see if I see any more merchants over here. Yeah, allegedly they're on the road over here. Here's another one. Let's try it. Screw it. And luck, why not? I'm gonna end up having to buy all that stuff anyway, I think, so that I can unlock it in game. Spinach. Alright. So yeah, I've been sick for a while. think I got COVID again. I don't know. And a couple of other sicknesses. But I'm working on it. Feeling better. And I haven't recorded for ages. But it's about to change. Nah, I've been super busy. So I haven't been able to play much. Let's see. Oh, too bad I can't afford any of this crap. These two are actually pretty tempting. That's all I could do. So I'm gonna have to play this more so I can unlock more stuff when I get more money. Let's see what else is over here. A book and a ring. I think I'm gonna go for the coffin now. The little question mark that you see on the map on the right, it's over here, is the coffin usually, or you can unlock a character. By the way, the game actually, like the character, attacks by itself. So all you really do, besides selecting stuff, is, you know what, let's do it. Besides selecting stuff, is move around. So a lot of times you'll find that the strategy that you use depends on the character you pick. Meaning, like, for example, one technique that works pretty well for me is just to run circles around the enemies. And that way you attract them and kind of mess up their flanks. See? Then you can kind of scoop up everything. I'm increasing my damage. The average run time is around 30 minutes, but there's some levels that are like 15 minutes on. Every now and then you'll bump into some really small levels that are like 2 minutes. And I can't really say what's the best strategy, but right now my favorite character is Poe. Poe is a character that uses garlic as his weapon, and it's like a little shield. It's like a circle around you that pushes enemies back. Let me talk to this dude. I can't afford that. I know you're probably like, man, that's expensive, but later on, I mean, money starts raining in when you start unlocking everything. And since this is a new adventure for me, it's like I'm just starting off with this character. I'm like 2 levels deep, I think. I forget. Yeah, you know what? Let's get the Bible in there. And I do have other games. I was playing, what's that game called? Red Dead Redemption 2 or something like that. I've been playing some Switch. A little bit of The Legend of Mana, I think it is. Or Seiken Densetsu 3, that's what I know it as. I was playing the translated version for the SNES. But then I got it for the Switch and I was like, cool. This is much prettier. from what I remembered back then. I've been meaning to play Everspace 2 a little bit more, but it's such a deep game that I don't really have time to play it. And since I have a little bit of time today, I figured I'd make a video on this one. Because I have been enjoying this one, you know, more than other games. And when I first saw it, I was just like, I don't know, the graphics look like Nintendo. And then I'm like, well, I like Nintendo. And next thing you know, I got it, and I don't regret it. But it's got to be like your type of thing, right? Because I know I was showing my cousin, and he's like a younger dude, and he's like, hell no, you know? Like, I don't know. I'd rather be playing, what's that thing called? Modern Warfare 3. I was like, yeah. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of games I do like, and I do like Modern Warfare, but I hate the fact that there's so many hacks in it. So I remember playing back in the old days. I had Modern Warfare 2, the classic, Modern Warfare 3, the classic, not the new ones that came out for like the PS5, but the old ones. I had those, and I liked them a lot. I was pretty competitive in them. This is before like esports and everything though. And next thing you know, I started getting auto prestiged, like as I went forward, and I was like, oh, this is BS, like. And then next thing you know, it started happening a lot. And I was like, oh man, this is like ruining my experience, because at first it was actually kind of cool. I was like, oh, what? A hack. That's working for me. This is weird. But then I realized what they were doing. And I was like, oh, this is just awkward. Like, because now they're throwing me into these higher ranked levels like automatically. So now I'm not playing against the same people I was playing as before. I'm playing against like these crazy, like, I don't even know if they were bots anymore or people. And it's not like I really signed up for that, it just happened automatically. So I was kind of pissed off, like, oh, this like ruined the game for me. That was back in Modern Warfare 2, the classic. And then I played Modern Warfare 3, and I was like, oh, cool, alright, finally, without the hack. And next thing you know, it starts happening again. And I was like, this is some BS, dude, like, it really sucks. So, next thing you know, after Modern Warfare 3, I was like, alright, these guys aren't gonna fix this problem, and I'm not gonna fall for this crap again. So I didn't, right? But I did actually, because I played this game called Transformers: The War for Cybertron, and it happened there too, and I was like, what the hell, this is exactly the same thing that happened to me last time, but on a whole different game. But it was from Activision also, so I was like, oh. So then at that point I started losing my faith in Activision. Like, oh, these guys just, they really let themselves go. Right? Nice, we unlocked the witch. And I know you probably heard this story from other people, but I mean, this is just my version. And then when Activision destroyed Blizzard, I was just like, fuck. Like, they just ruined it. Like, Activision just ruined Blizzard. And I actually was a big fan of Activision. You know, they would call me in, like, dude, do you want to, what was it? Playtest or something? No, it wasn't playtest. It wasn't called playtesting. It was, do you want to join a study group or something like that of the game? And I was like, what game? They're like, whatever game. You just come in and we'll pay you like $75 and give you 2 free games. And I was like, what? Hell yeah, dude. At that point, I could actually admit that I was like, oh, I love Activision. Like, I can't wait to work here one day. They were like over in Santa Monica in California. But then, you know, that whole thing happened with Call of Duty, and I was like, oh, this is really duty, you know? Like, what happened? And then they destroyed Blizzard, which was like my favorite company was it my favorite of all time? That's a really hard one to say because, I mean, I was a big fan of Nintendo as a kid. Like, a big fan. I mean, I would defend Nintendo, you know, in the console wars, and I was pretty good at it. My friends were like, oh, Genesis is better. I was like, are you stupid or something? Like, really? Have you seen the graphics? Have you played the games? Like, have you seen the RPGs on the SNES? Well, what about the NES? I'm like, of course it's better. Like, you know, and I did play some games because my cousin had a Sega Master System and my friend had a Genesis. So I did get to play some games. I almost beat Psycho Fox, which is pretty damn hard. And I was still young. But I mean, there was like, I don't know, you would throw in Shinobi and be like, yeah, Shinobi's awesome, but then Ninja Gaiden, you know, like, is better. You know, so it was something to fight about, I guess, back then. But yeah, I'll stick to my guns on Super NES and NES being better than Sega back in those days, but I always did have a thing for Sonic when I was younger, since I had a Game Gear. And I have to admit, like, the Game Gear did beat the Game Boy. So much so that they ended up making the Game Boy Advance, and I was like, yeah, you better, because, you know, there was this movie called, what was it called? Ninja Kids? No. I think it was like, Three Ninjas Kick Back or something like that, I forgot. But they had a Game Gear, and the Game Gear actually had like a TV plugged into it. And I was like, what? Like, damn, they straight won the small console war at that point, in my eyes. Like, this is just amazing. Like, you have a little TV with you now. You know, this was before internet times. So it was like total entertainment, you know, at its greatest. But yeah. Then where I say Sega actually won, and a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I enjoyed the Saturn. I had some, you know, a Saturn, I think. I forget because it was a long time ago. But I did have a Dreamcast, and I think the Dreamcast, like, it was a console that nobody could mess with. Like, that thing was just great. And then, you know, I didn't even know what I had because one day my friend, he was like, oh, look, I'm going to plug it into this computer screen with the S-Video cable. And it was like, almost like I saw the Power Glove for the first time in that movie, The Wizard. I was like, holy cow. The graphics look incredible, especially on SNK versus Capcom. I was just like, oh, this looks incredible. Incredible. But yeah. It was pretty impressive. And as time went on, Sega went out of business, but Dreamcast was like, damn, they went out of business with a bang, you know? And then Nintendo was like, oh, let's be friends. Like, what happened? Nintendo and Sega joined forces to defeat the forces of Sony and Microsoft. You know? At least that's the way I saw it. It's like two rivals from the past merge together and become Double Dragons, you know? It's pretty crazy. And it was amazing to see when you cared about that type of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I was a RPG fan, so naturally Nintendo took it. But I did get to see Phantasy Star 3D. My friend had that, and I was pretty impressed. I never really got to play it, but I know another friend of mine had it too, and he was like, "Dude, like I made Optimus Prime on there," and I was like, "Damn, like, that's crazy." And he's like, "Yeah, like, yeah." Like, I believe you, dude. Because I did get to check that out. But yeah, as time went on, eventually I switched over to PS2 because the N64 just let me down. You know, and there was like nothing after the Dreamcast for Sega. So, but then after the PS2, which was freaking amazing, one of my favorite consoles of all time, right up there with the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo. Dreamcast. There's too many good ones, I mean, to actually say this is the best one. I mean, I know you could actually sit there and argue and say this is the best one for these reasons, but let's be honest. They were all really good. Well, not all of them, but I even got to play some that people hated, and I saw games that were good on them. Like, for example, my friend, he was one of the few people that got the Atari Jaguar, and he was proud of that shit too. He was like, yeah. And I was like, really, dude? And he's like, yeah, no, it's great. I'm like, well, I don't know about it being great, you know, but he's like, no, it is. Check out Alien versus Predator. And I played that on the Jaguar, and I was like, damn, this is pretty good. There was just things in that game that you wouldn't see anywhere else. And I was pretty impressed, to say the least. But what was good about it was that all the characters had like the powers that you would see in the movies, and the aliens played differently because they could like walk on the walls, the roof, and everything. So they had the power to be sneaky, and then they could also harvest humans. I don't know if they could harvest predators. I forget, but I know they were I know they were able to harvest humans and infest them and lay eggs in them, and then when they would die, you would spawn from one of the eggs, and that was pretty awesome. Like, I hadn't seen that in another game that I could remember, and I did get to play a lot of games. It was like one of my joys in life. Once I was home alone, I didn't have brothers or sisters. So yeah, you call me spoiled if you want. I probably was, but I wouldn't be able to tell, right? Who knows? But yeah, I had a good time playing video games. That was like my thing. Especially RPGs, like I said. Yeah, why not? So we're 15 minutes in. That's like halfway. In case you're bored or whatever, I just want to let you know what you're getting yourself into. It's like 30 minutes till the Reaper comes out. So you're probably wondering, like, what are you doing though? Are you just like running around killing everything that you see? Pretty much. But I'm also trying to collect these things on the edges, like this gold ring. I'm gonna go get that, then I'm gonna go backwards and pick up the stuff that I left behind. And as I'm doing this, I'm collecting EXP, which is giving me more powers, which is making me more invincible. But I still have to like do it, right? Also, that big Medusa is pretty powerful, so let's get the luck up there too. Let's see if I can defeat her. Yep. It's better to take them out like one at a time when you're able to take them out, because sometimes they're just too strong for you. Maybe I'll pick this stuff up real quick. Oh, I took some damage there. Uh-oh, I'm taking a lot of damage now. I better be careful, because that ring is over there. I don't want to get too cocky and just run in and get my ass beat by this creature here, see? And I don't even think I have any revivals. I forget if I picked that up or not. Sometimes you get offered these cards that allow you to revive yourself. Sheesh. Alright, so I think that's everything from this side. So I'm going to go ahead and head over to the other side now. But yeah, PS2 was great. That's when I switched over to Sony for a bit. And I didn't get the PS3 because it was just out of my price range at the time. And the PS4, again, same thing. PS5, same thing. It's like, holy cow, it's super expensive for a game. I was more into computers at that point. Still am, I guess, but even that's dropping in quality now. I got an Alien and I'm not too impressed, honestly. Like, I remember computers would last a lot longer. And it would be like, oh, you know, I had this PC for 10 years, so it was worth dropping a certain amount on it, you know? And as time went on, it was just like, I don't know if it was worth it. I don't know if it's because of AI or what, but it's like the bang for your buck just isn't there anymore with PCs. And even games themselves, I mean, like I said before, after Blizzard went down, I just felt a big change. Same thing with the Super Nintendo. After the Super Nintendo, you know, it was the N64, and I was not a big fan. And I know a lot of people are like, well, there's a lot of games that were great, like Zelda, this and that, and Mario. And I was like, I don't know. I was really looking forward to Final Fantasy VII, to be honest. And these guys bullshitted. But I don't know who's the liar in the end. Could have been Sony. I mean, Square Enix, whatever, Square back then. I don't know. All I know is that Nintendo was like, we're going to have this game, and then they didn't. And I was like, oh, you little liars. And I was like, where's the RPGs? That was like your main thing. So I stopped believing in Nintendo after that. But then, after the PS2, and when I just stopped believing in consoles altogether, there came a game, console, that my mom bought. And I was like, you bought a console? She's like, yup. And that was the Wii. And I was like, what? What is that? She's like, it's Wii Sports. And I was like, oh my god. Then I played it and I was hooked. I was like, this is so fun. Like, man. But then I played Link Skyward Sword, and I actually got to battle and stuff. And I was like, oh my god. I cannot wait to see, like, when this thing, you know, fully develops. You know? Like, it's going to be insane. Like, I'm going to be fighting inside of games like I always wanted to do. And then I played this one game which was freaking amazing. Like, to me, I don't know if people liked it or not, because the thing that killed it for a lot of people was the color palette. It used a lot of red, so it was hard on the eyes. It was called Red Steel 2. Damn, that game was so freaking great. Like the gameplay elements with motion controls, it was just, damn. I would sweat playing that game. Like, oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait, like, to kick the ass of some of these creatures. It was so good. But yeah, Red Steel 2 was amazing, like I said. So yeah, that was the Wii. There was a bunch of good games that I liked on there. Black Ops, Call of Duty, but with the actual gun, like being able to play that online and actually having to aim and shoot and everything. I was like, oh my god! And a lot of people didn't get to experience that. I was like, oh, that sucks, because I know a lot of people that actually like that genre would have enjoyed it. But you did have to work with a lot of stuff, like setting your controls properly and this and that. So I was like, you know. Let me see. I guess I'm gonna have to get this crap. So yeah, the good old Wii, it like allowed me to delve into Nintendo again, and I got to see a Metroid game on there that I liked. It was alright, I mean, but I just thought it was way too simple. I was like, this is not the same freaking Metroid that I remember. I remember Metroid 1, I remember Super Metroid. Those were Metroids, you know? I never got to play the oh wait, bullshit. I got to play the GameCube version, but not a lot. My cousin had it, and when he was giving me a chance to play, I remember I had a chance to play, but my aunt was like, nah, dude, get the fuck out of here. You're not going to be chilling here playing video games at my house. And I was like, no! Yeah, I guess there was too many people there already. But, yeah, I got pretty sour for that. I still got to play it though. It was pretty cool. The ones I didn't get to play were the... I guess in reality I didn't really get to play the Metroid Prime Trilogy, which a lot of people said were the best. But I definitely am going to play them, because I think they're releasing them for the Switch, like in HD now or something. Something like that. Definitely want to check that out. But yeah, if you're wondering what's happening, I'm getting chased by these two power demons. They're pretty strong. So I'm going to work my way up here. I gotta see if I find some chicken or something, because I'm taking a lot of damage. And as soon as the 30-minute mark hits, at that point, that's when I'm pretty much dead anyway. If I don't die before that. That's like when you could pretty much say you beat the level. Alright, I beat one of the power demons here. It's a taking those two those two guys out makes it easier. Let's see what time it is. Time to clear the field. Let's see, health recovery. Oh man, pretty much getting surrounded now. Sometimes it's good to get rid of this thing here that increases the enemy speed, health, and quantity, because sometimes they just get out of hand, you know. But it depends on the level. Like one of them actually kind of makes you do it in a way, because the boss is like super healthy. So if you end up giving him more health, he's like impossible to beat. This big circular thing made out of skulls. Oh crap, that witch is like right on me. Sheesh. Shit. Oh my gosh, get away from her. Oh man, she's right on me. Oh no, that's it. Oh wait, I have a revival. The revival fellowship. Oh crap, I think I beat her. I thought I was dead. I had a revival, I forgot. So then at one point the arcade just took over. I was playing on Marvel Capcom, Street Fighter vs. X-Men, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, a lot. I thought I was like the best in the world. And I probably was for a bit. I always say it, but nobody believes me. Like, yeah, right, dude. It's pretty damn good though. I know I defeated everyone who challenged me at one point at Marvel Capcom, and not Street Fighter vs. X-Men, but Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter? I forget. The one with the Hulk and everything. Not Marvel Capcom, the one right before it. Forget the name. Another game that I was pretty good at was Diablo 2. It was pretty good. Had a character called Mr. Gooncher, and I was like a whirlwind barbarian, really strong. There was only one person who ever beat me, and that was a poison necromancer. And I felt stupid too. I was like, oh my god, this guy just hit me one time and drained all my health. And I couldn't heal myself. Like, there was nothing to kill anymore. It just drained my health forever. I was like, what? And he ran. I was like, man, this guy. You know, a friend of mine made Britney Spears, where he used the spears with chain lightning effect and cleared the board while I would fight the big cows in the cow level. But I think the one that holds like a special place in my heart, well, actually there's a bunch of games that hold a special place in my heart. I like Vindictus a lot too, playing with some of the friends of the guild. And I never really knew them, like met them or anything. We just knew each other through the game, but damn, we were good. The Dragon Guard Guild. I remember we would play and fight all the bosses and everything and take their parts. This was before the times of Monster Hunter. And I played Monster Hunter, but I was like, nah, like Vindictus is better. My friend would be like, no, Monster Hunter is better. And for years I didn't play Monster Hunter because I was like, whatever, dude. Like I don't need to play that crap. And then I finally played it and I was like, hey, this is pretty good. Still not as good as Vindictus, but very good. I actually enjoyed Monster Hunter a lot also. I think the monsters had some pretty good animations on Monster Hunter. But there was just something about Vindictus. I think it was the physics where you could like slam enemies that were huge and into walls and just beat them up, you know, and it just felt so good. Like I'm doing this, I'm kicking its ass. I remember my favorite character was the dual-handed swordsman. His name was Lon. He was like the first guy that came out. And he had this counter attack that would slam enemies into walls and stuff, like I said. I just perfected the counter attack with him. And I would like to beat the game by myself with that character. Uh-oh. They got me locked in now. Yeah, I'm trying to get over to that little fire, but I can't. Oh, I'm just making it harder on myself. It's close to over. I don't think I'll make it to 30 minutes, but I keep on trying. Oh, there's that fire. Oh, wait. Ah. If I could get the gold ring all the way up, then I could unlock like the super thing, but I don't think I have time for that. We'll see. I got the ring fully powered, but I don't think I'll get another treasure chest. I might. Ah, there's a flame thing right up there. Let's go random always. Oh, one more minute. Uh-oh. Oh, I am fully boxed in. Oh my gosh, micro walking. Oh snap. Snagglepussed. But yeah, some of my favorite games right there. Oh yeah, Vindictus. Also, my friend's bro. He was also my friend, but obviously not as good a friend as my other friend, right? Because I met him in high school and everything. But his bro told me, dude, you know, you gotta play PlanetSide 2. And I was like, really? Is it good? He's like, yes. And I was like, okay. And I did. And I was like, damn, this thing is good. I was stuck on there for a while. It was a great freaking game too. See, once that guy gets you, it's death right there. And that's it. 30 minutes in. Yeah, there's nothing I think there's nothing you could do against death, because at times I've like stun locked them, and that was pretty much it. Cool. Giovanna. Awesome. So that's pretty much it. That's the game in a nutshell. We'll go ahead and stop it here.